Welcome to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. If you're listening on Spotify, you can support the podcast through listener support. Plus, check out exclusive show-related content and join the community at patreon.com/Animal Stories for Kids. And now, it's time for our story. Once upon a time, there was an Akita named Aya. Aya the Akita was a curious and adventurous dog. She loved hiking with her master, going camping, exploring new areas, and most of all, protecting her master from any other animals. Although Aya was still a pup, she was brave and was very strict about what can come near her master. Aya the Akita and her master were both up in the mountains enjoying a camping trip. The master was pitching up the tent and gathering wood to make a fire, while Aya stood by making sure nothing was around to harm them. As the master finished the tent and setting up the campfire, they were both ready to go for a quick walk around the campsite. Maybe they can find new trails to hike, and even better, maybe they can find a place to fish. Aya always had a great time fishing because she was able to look out at the water and point out all the fish jumping out and help her master catch them. But today, there would be no fishing. As the master was walking through the trees with Aya the Akita, it got colder and started to snow. At first, it started light, and then after walking for another couple more minutes, the snow started getting heavier and covered the trees and the ground. Aya loved the snow, but she was also more alert when snow came down because that's when other animals come out. She was her master's protector, and she was ready to guard against anything that would come their way. As they were walking amongst the snow-covered trees, the Akita heard something from behind them. So Aya stopped, and she looked back, scanning her eyes throughout the white trees and bushes. She lifted her nose to make sure nothing else was there. But she smelled something different. She smelled some wet fur, and then she perked up her ears and heard something crouching down in the snow. What could it be? Is it just some snow falling from the trees? Could it be another animal trying to attack them? She wondered what it was, and so she slowly walked toward the bushes behind them, while the master stopped and watched, making sure Aya the Akita was safe. As Aya went closer, the master said to her, "Aya, stop, get back here." But Aya was curious, and once something caught her attention, she had a hard time turning away until she was able to know what it was. So as the master kept calling her to come back, Aya slowly crept up to the bushes. As she crept up to the bush, it began to shake and rustle. So Aya stopped and growled at the bush as a warning to be careful. The bush rustled again, and Aya let out a loud bark as a big warning that she was ready to protect her master. Her master said to Aya, "Get over here, Aya. There's nothing there. And even if there was, let's leave it alone. We gotta get back to the tent. It's snowing too much." But Aya was locked on to whatever was behind the bush, so she crept closer and closer and closer. As her master slowly walked up to Aya, a furry black animal shimmied its way out of the bushes. And to Aya the Akita's surprise, it was a bear cub. Aya the Akita wasn't quite sure about what to do. The bear cub was still a kid, like Aya was. Aya changed her growl into a small whimper. She wasn't sure if she should attack the bear, or help it, or play with it. She would sure be ready to attack another animal. That meant she would be protecting her master. But she would also like to make sure the bear cub was okay and to help it. It seemed alone and scared, but she could also have a lot of fun playing with the bear cub, seeing that it was a kid just like she was. So the Akita crouched low and started sliding toward the bear cub, not knowing whether to be protective, helpful, or playful. So Aya the Akita looked at her master and looked at the bear cub. But something was wrong. The bear cub wasn't moving from the bush, almost like it was stuck on something. So Aya the Akita slowly walked over to around the bush to see if the bear cub was stuck. And to her surprise, it was. The bear cub had a foot stuck in a bear trap that looked old. It was probably set there years ago and forgotten. It was all rusty and looked unused for a long time. So Aya the Akita barked at her master to come to her and check it out. The master ran to Aya and saw the bear cub in the bear trap. When the master looked at the bear cub's foot, there was a trap stuck on it, but it wasn't bleeding or anything bad. The trap looked dull and not sharp enough to cut anything. It just looked like it caught the bear cub by the foot and was easy to take off. So the master walked over to the bear cub and took a stick and jammed it into the bear trap and opened the trap by pushing it to the side, which opened the trap, and the bear cub rolled off of it, getting snow all over its fur and rolling into a tree. Aya the Akita followed the rolling bear as it hit the tree. And as she was following the rolling bear, Aya was jumping and watching the bear and following it as it got up and shook off the snow from its fur. Then Aya the Akita asked the bear cub, "Are you okay?" And the bear cub said, "Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you for helping me get out of that bear trap. I was just playing around with it, seeing if I can hop over it when I tripped and it caught my foot. Thankfully, the trap was dull and my foot is okay." Then Aya the Akita asked, "Where did you come from? Shouldn't you go find your mother?" And the bear cub said, "No problem. This is my home, and my mom should be around here somewhere." And just as the bear cub said that, a deep, loud growl came from the trees off in a distance. The master and Aya the Akita raised their heads and looked off to the area the growl came from. The master told Aya, "Bear! Aya, there's a bear! It must be the mother." The bear cub told Aya, "Oh yeah, that's my mom now. Wait till she finds out how you both saved me from a bear trap." But the master didn't want to take any chances of getting attacked by a bear, especially a mother bear protecting her cub. So the master told Aya the Akita, "Aya, let's get going. It's not safe staying here with this cub. At least the cub is free from the trap, and the mother is near. I think it's safer for us to leave this place and go back to the tent." Aya understood what her master was saying, but she just met the bear and wanted to play and get to know it more. But her master urged her to leave now. So Aya the Akita followed her master, looking back every few steps to make sure the bear cub was okay. As Aya the Akita walked away, she stopped and looked back, and to her surprise, the bear cub was slowly following them. Aya said to the bear cub, "Hey, you don't have to follow us. We're leaving now. My master wants us to be safe just in case your mom isn't comfortable with us." But the bear cub said to her, "Wait, but my mom will totally understand. In fact, she'll want to give you both a big bear hug." But the master kept looking back and telling Aya to hurry up. The large bear growl was getting closer and closer as they were walking away. But every time the master and Aya looked back, the bear cub kept following them, which meant the mother bear was also following, with her growl getting louder and closer. The bear cub said to Aya the Akita, "Can you at least play with me really quick?" Aya the Akita said, "I would love to, but my master is telling me I have to go. I can't leave my master. I protect my master, and my master also takes care of me. So sorry, I can't stay and play." But the bear kept persisting and following them. The bear cub said to the Akita, "Come on, I don't get to see many other kid animals like you. Can we just play really quick?" Aya also wanted to play with the bear cub, but also didn't want her master to leave her side. So as the bear cub was getting closer and closer, Aya quickly turned around, crouched down into the snow, and gathered some snow with her paws, creating a small mound of snow. Then she packed the snow down and together from the sides and scooped up a snowball with her nose, and with one swift motion, tossed a small snowball she made at the bear cub, which hit it on the head. With snow all over its face, the bear cub said, "Hey, no fair. I need to get you now." And Aya the Akita said, "Not if you can't catch me." And the bear cub said, "Well, I'm gonna make a snowball too and get you now." So the bear cub also crouched down and gathered the snow and packed it down with its bear cub paws. It scooped up a small snowball and threw it at the Akita and hit her too. Aya wanted to keep playing with the bear cub, but her master shouted at her to hurry up and leave. And right when Aya was about to leave the bear cub and run after her master, a huge bear crawled out of the snow-covered trees and started growling at her. Then Aya the Akita started barking at the bear and at her master to come help her. But the master was on the other side of the bear. The master saw Aya the Akita on the other side of the bear and didn't know what to do. Aya the Akita kept barking at the bear, but the bear wouldn't move. Her master felt helpless and wondered what to do to help Aya. As the big bear got closer to Aya the Akita, Aya barked louder and louder until the bear walked past Aya and went over to the bear cub. Aya stopped barking and saw that it was the bear cub's mother. The bear cub told the mother what happened and how Aya and her master helped by getting the bear trap off. And the mother said to Aya the Akita, "Thank you both so much for helping my cub. My baby is always playing around with these old traps everywhere, and I have to help get the traps off all the time." And Aya the Akita said to the mother bear, "Oh, no problem. I was actually happy to see your cub, because I had a lot of fun playing together and having a snowball fight." And Aya's master slowly walked up to Aya and picked her up and walked backward slowly, making sure the bear and her cub stayed in their spot. The master understood that the mother bear was not going to attack them because they saved the cub from the trap, but the master still had to be careful just in case. So the master and Aya the Akita walked away slowly. As they were walking away, Aya the Akita told the bear cub, "Hey, I had a lot of fun. Maybe next time we come up here, we can play some more." And the bear cub said to Aya, "Sounds like a great idea. Thanks for helping me get out of the bear trap. And thanks for not being scared of me. And thanks for playing with me. If I ever see you again, I'll make sure to say hi and play with you." Aya and her master walked away while the mother bear cuddled the bear cub in the snow and went off to their cave. Aya the Akita and her master arrived back at the campsite and sat by the fire as the snow was still falling down. The master had prepared some food for her to eat and covered her with a blanket. Aya the Akita ate her food and thought about her adventure she had today. She thought about how she helped her new friend and had a great time with the snowball fight. She also thought about how much fun she would have the next time she met the bear cub. And hopefully by then, they would both be a little bigger and still be friends. And as the fire was put out, Aya the Akita and her master went into the tent to get ready to sleep for the night and cuddled up in their sleeping bags. And the Akita lived happily ever after. The end. The Akita is a Japanese dog breed originating from the mountains of northern Japan. They were historically used by samurai for guarding, fighting, and the hunting of bears. The Akita is powerful, independent, and affectionate with its family, but very protective when strangers are around. As a breed of Spitz, the Akita is adapted well to cold weather. Akitas are burly and can stand from 24 to 28 inches high, and they have a dense coat that comes in several colors including white. It has heavy bones, a large bear-like head, with triangular ears, and an arch of the neck. The eyes of the Akita are small and triangular in shape. Akitas have thick double coats, and their tails are carried over their backs in a gentle curl. Akitas can be 26 to 28 inches long and can weigh from 70 to 130 pounds. They're very territorial and can tend to be reactive towards other dogs. The Akitas are famous for their dignity, courage, and loyalty, and they're seen as family protectors and symbols of good health, happiness, and long life. They are hardwired to protecting those they love. There's a story of a Japanese Akita dog named Hachiko who was remembered to be remarkably loyal to his owner and waited for his master for over 9 years after the master's death. Hachiko the Akita's devotion is honored in a ceremony every year at Shibuya Station in Japan and is celebrated for his memory and loyalty to his master. Today, there are mostly Japanese Akitas and American Akitas. Have you ever seen a real-life Akita before? If you have, where did you see it? If you want to write to us, ask your parent to email us at animalstoriesforkids@gmail.com and tell us what you think of our stories. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. If you're listening on Spotify, you can support the podcast through listener support. Plus, check out exclusive show-related content and join the community at patreon.com/animal stories for kids. Until next time, bye!